Hi, my name is Dena. I'm your nurse. I'm going to do a physical assessment on you. Can you tell me your name and birth date?
Dena Pfister, March 18th, 1999.
Okay. As I walk in the room, I'm going to note that his skin is appropriate color for his race. I can see that he's got acne, which is normal for adolescent male. It looks like his hair is clean. He's dressed neatly and clean. His hygiene looks good. He has a full head of hair with no noticeable male pattern baldness. He has facial hair on his lip and chin, which is normal for a male. I'm going to palpate his head and feel for sores, look for bugs, feel for lesions and any dry skin or dandruff, any masses. I don't feel anything. Everything looks good. I'm going to note that his head is in line with his shoulders and his neck is midline, his trachea midline. I'm going to move on to his lymph nodes. I'm going to palpate his preauricular lymph nodes, his postauricular lymph nodes, his occipital, his deep posterior cervical line, his anterior cervical line, his mid-clavicular, subclavicular lymph nodes, his tonsillar lymph nodes, his submandibular, and his submental lymph nodes. I said that funny. I don't feel any swelling. Did you feel any tenderness on any of those areas when I palpated?
No.
Okay. I'm going to check for sensation in his face. Can you tell me if you feel all areas, if you feel any numbness or tingling?
No.
Okay. I'm going to move on to your eyes now. I'm going to do a Snellen chart, and I'm going to have you read the smallest letters that you can read clearly.
D-E-P-T.
Okay, it looks like he's got 20/30 vision. Can you cover one eye and do the smallest clear line?
H-E-A-D.
Okay, can you cover the other eye and do the same thing?
D-E-P-P.
Okay, and his vision is the same in both eyes. Now I'm going to do your peripheral vision. You just tell me when you can see this.
Right.
Okay.
There.
Okay. They're both pretty equal, so that's normal. I'm looking at his eyelids and his eyebrows and eyelashes and everything is equal. I'm going to shut the lights off and wait, I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to do the wagon wheel test first. Can you follow my pen with your eyes? Don't move your head, okay? The conjugate gaze and wagon wheel test they passed. Now I'm going to do the pupil test to test for accommodation and constriction and dilation. And I'm going to turn the lights off for this. I'm not letting them see this. No. Okay, that can dilate. Okay. Both pupils dilated, which shows he has accommodation. I'm going to move on to your nose. Have you had any nasal surgeries or trauma recently?
No.
Any frequent nosebleeds?
No.
I'm going to look at your nares and make sure that they're open and don't see any masses or closures. Everything looks good. His nose is midline. It doesn't look like any fractures. I'm going to look at his mouth and make sure that I'm going to note that his lips are not dry and cracked. Can you smile? Okay, can you blow out your cheeks? And can you pucker your lips? Okay, can you clench your jaw? Okay, and I'm going to check for TMJ while I'm here. Can you open and close your jaw for me? Okay. He does have a little popping, but you can have TMJ. Alright, can you open your mouth, and I'll want to look at the mucous membranes and make sure that they're moist and pink and no red or inflammation. Look, everything looks good. Can you open your mouth wide and say ah? His usual rises with when he's supposed to. And lift up your tongue so I can look at your glands, and I'm looking at the glands in his cheeks, and his teeth are clean, and he has some dental work, but it looks like everything's good. Now I'm going to move on to your ears. I'm going to inspect your ears. I'm going to look at the pinna, and I'm going to look at the tragus and palpate the feel for any masses. I'm going to use my otoscope to look in the ear to make sure that the canal is clean and see the tympanic membrane is gray. I'm going to pull up and back on the pinna to look into the ear canal, and I'm going to make sure that I'll get on this side because I'm standing in front of you on the video. The cone of light on the right side is at 5 o'clock, and on the left side is at 7 o'clock. I'm going to move on to your neck, and I'm going to do the Weber and the Rhines test. When I do the Rhines test, I'm going to use the tuning fork, and I'm going to place it behind his ear, and he's going to listen for the vibration to stop, and then I'm going to put it in front of his ear, and he'll tell me if it's still ringing until it stops. That's the bone conduction and air conduction test. Now I'm going to do the Weber test. It's the tuning fork, and we put it on top of his head, and he's going to tell me if he can hear it equally on both sides. And then I'm going to move onto his neck. His neck is midline, and his trachea is midline. I'm going to palpate for his carotid arteries one side at a time. They're strong and regular. I'm going to palpate his temporal arteries, which I was supposed to do earlier. They were fine. I'm going to auscultate his arteries with the bell and the stethoscope. I'm listening for bruits. If I hear a bruit that is not good, it means there's constriction. Okay. I'm going to palpate your thyroid gland. On the front, I'm going to palpate with my thumbs, and I'm going to displace it to feel this side. I'm going to displace it to this side to feel this side. And I'm going to go around behind you and palpate it from the back. I'm not going to choke you. Okay, can you swallow? I'm going to palpate for masses, swollen, any tenderness. You don't have any tenderness? Okay. Everything's good there. I'm going to check your resistance. Can you shrug your shoulders? Okay, that's good. I'm going to listen to your heart now. I'm going to listen at your atrium? No. Hold on. Let me think a minute. It's, yeah, aortic. Let me get this right now. I'm going to do your aortic and your pulmonic and the Erb's point. mitral. I hear S1 and S2, and I don't hear any extra heart sounds. I'm going to palpate for a point of maximal impulse at the 5th intercostal space at the mid-clavicular line. Okay. And I'm going to stop the video and start it when he lays down. Stop from this.